What's up, guys? It's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. And today is a very special day. It is a day that people love. It's a day that people absolutely hate. It is Rush War, everybody's favorite war. The absolute carnage that is Rush War is upon us. And I'm going to try and share some teams, or share some teams with you guys that are hopefully going to help you in building your teams and having a different kind of outlook on the way that Rush War works, because you don't need the most powerful heroes in Rush War. You can pretty much get away with some interesting teams that you can't in other war formats. So hopefully this video is going to be helpful for you guys. I did have to pre-record some of my war hits, so I'm going to try and piece this together to make it as smooth as possible for all of you that are watching. But yeah, with that said, enjoy. Let's get into it. It's Rush War time. Here we go. Hi guys, so this is my first hit. It is a pre-recorded hit, so I'm just going to talk through the team and the strategy. So basically we have an unknown target. All right. So I'm going to be building the team up again. So basically in the middle, I'm trying to put together a trio of heroes that can pretty much wipe a team. So you've got Isanya with the defense down. She's only got 11 emblems on her. We've got Sobek next to her and then Satori, and those three can pretty much wipe a team. We are going up against Alfrike. So when you're going up against Alfrike, it's always a good idea to bring Reflect. I've brought two, so I've got Goldie on the left and I've got Kitty on the right. And basically we're just looking for two blue matches, so 6 blue tiles, which the board has been kind enough to give me right off the bat. So as you can see, just watch this at utter destruction here. Defense down, massive hit, another massive hit, and the team is pretty much dead. So that's as easy as it can be. And we didn't even need our Reflect heroes. So those three in the middle were basically just able to do the job that we needed. And that is how to set up a rush attack team. I mean, this worked out really, really well because of the board. But if we'd have got six holy tiles, or if we'd have got 6 dark tiles, we would have stood a pretty good chance because we could have reflected our free case mindless attack. Yes, Vivica's a bit annoying. Pardon me. She always stays around longer than you want her to. She's like that annoying chick that you never invited to the party, but she just ends up being there anyway and just hassling everybody. Although I wouldn't mind, Vivica looks pretty cool. So anyway, that is a victory. So that was hit number. Actually, I said it was hit number 1. That was hit number 2. But I'm going to do this probably back to front. So we'll have hit number 1 next. All right. So that is hit number 2, and it was a victory. All right. So this was what was actually my first hit. And as you can see, we've got a pretty interesting team set up here. Like I said, we can get away with some crazy things in Rush. We are using Treeville, the 3-star hero. We're using 2 healers. So we've got Asmia, we've got Lady of the Lake, and then of course we've got Ludwig and Lubu. So if you watched my other video, you've probably seen I use a similar team setup, but with X-Nolford and Winifred. And that setup is just to get the benefit out of the mana generation. So I don't need that here. What I do need is I need basically 6 dark tiles. And believe it or not, this team with little Treeville on can be pretty good. So I didn't get them straight off the bat here. So I'm basically just trying to work my board. The reason I'm able to work the tiles a bit more against this team is that this defense setup is not the greatest. So you've got Yukinen flanked by Vivica and then Kalo. So basically any tiles that I throw into the right-hand side of the board are not going to be of my detriment unless I've killed somebody, in which case Kalo's pretty dangerous. But you can see here, Yukinen hits for about 450. I mean, that was on Treeville as well. So he's like a 3-star hero and he only hit for 466. He does reduce the attack and he does throw up some pretty hefty buffs. But other than that, he's not that good. So yeah, I don't know why. Like I was kind of stoked on him for a while, but like now I'm not really anymore. That's the best thing I can say about him. So Vivica is a worry. She's just a super strong healer. Because the way this team works is those fiends that they put out on the opposing team mean that they are immune to buffs and things like that. And it means that their healing is less effective. So each fiend, I think, is about 35%. But watch here. I mean, Vivica's just going to clear literally all of them. Pardon me. Now I've got Lady of the Lake going, and I've got Lubu going. And normally at this stage, it's a pretty much done deal. But if you just watch what's going to happen in a second, this guy on the left hand side, Anubis, I did not understand the way that greed worked properly before going into this battle because Ludwig's got his taunt up, and I was like, okay, he can throw the greed on Ludwig, which he does. You can see those two little arrows there. But then if you watch what happens when I try and use Lady of the Lake the next time to throw up more minions to reduce their mana generation, you're going to see that it doesn't work, right? So I'm throwing up Lady of the Lake here, so we should have three minions, but everything is denied. So the healing is denied, the minions are denied. So now it's gonna take me longer to get to where I need to be. And actually that's quite a good effect from Anubis because he kind of ignores taunt, which is not something that's on his card. But that's how it works in practice. So I was a bit annoyed by that. And I think I'm probably going to be checking the card a bit in a moment. Yeah, so there we go. So I'm seeing how many turns left I have of the greed effect on me. So I don't want to cast his special this turn. So I'm just gonna hold. And then I know Kalo's about to fire, but he's not gonna do too much damage. So I'm not worried about him. Um, but what I am thinking now is, damn, I have to start this all over again. So now I can throw up the taunt. He gives the mana buff to obviously to the Lady of the Lake, and to Lubu as well. And now we're like basically building things up from the beginning again. Except that we're in a slightly better position than when we started. So yeah, this is a long battle. It's a little bit drawn out, but it is a good way to show you that this defense team setup is not that strong because we have. I mean, there are defense teams that you could not throw this many tiles up against, and you would just be absolutely screwed. Especially in a rush war. So when you're setting up your defense in rush war, make sure it's strong. Make sure that it could take out a team and that nobody could do this kind of thing to your defense. Because I mean, it's just going nowhere slowly, basically, and it's only a matter of time before we're going to turn the tables. And I think that's what's about to happen. So I'm going to take out Kalo with this hit. So now I don't have to worry about Kalo. I do have the mana gen on Lady of the Lake, but it was dispelled from Lubu. And now I've got the greed effect going back on to Ludwig again. So you can see that greed effect is pretty strong. But because of the setup of this team, it's not really having too much of an impact on me. So there it goes. And now I can put my minions up. I'm not sure why it lasted so much shorter on the second time. But I was just, I guess, lucky in that one. And I'd had enough of greed by this point, honestly. I think I'm on the clock now. I've got 4.5 minutes coming up, and I'm like, okay, I need to chop these guys down. And also now I'm throwing tiles into Starwalker because I want to make sure that Vivica doesn't heal off my fiends. So yeah, that's basically the thinking here is that I need to have enough time to chop this team down without firing Vivica off. So you can see I'm working the tiles on the left-hand side of the board now, rather than the right-hand side, because I'm less worried now that I've got rid of Kalo. And now down goes Anubis with 4 minutes left on the clock. It's getting a little bit tight here. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. And there Vivica goes off, so she healed off both the fiends. But as you can see, I mean, that heal wasn't quite as devastating as what it can be, just because I had those fiends. So if you wanted a little bit of a tip in a way to deal with Toon Vivica, or with any sort of deep healer. Try and bring Fiend heroes against them, and obviously put next to Ludwig, throw up as many Fiends as you can, and those heals won't be as effective against you. So there's a little tidbit as well. And this battle, like I say, it's a bit drawn out, but it should be over soon, guys. But I want you to see everything. You just get to see everything with me, right? That's why you watch it, because you want to see it all. Right. Nearly there. Nearly there. And I mean, this team is, I mean, it's just, I love this team. I really do. And if I could put together like six of this sort of team, like if I had six Lady of the Lakes and I had six Ludwigs, and maybe Lubu. I mean, Lubu is kind of necessary. Actually, yeah. So if I had six of all of them, I'd put together six of them, and I'd probably win most of my battles, like maybe 99%. But then it would be boring to watch and it would be boring to play with. And I don't usually like leveling up dupes. So that's why I don't, basically. Okay, so it should be a done deal here. We've got Treeville, and is this going to take out Star Walker? I don't think so. We're going to need to go back for one more round. Just loads of tiles coming up now. But you can see it's just giving me plenty of time to play with. And yeah, I don't mind. It's only 2 minutes left on the clock. But I mean, if it takes me like 10 minutes to win a battle, I'd much rather take my time and have like a pretty much guaranteed win than rush things and have a loss. And that is it for hit number, what was one, but I said it was one, but it was actually two. So that is my second hit down. So we're going to be going in for hit number three in just a minute. And that's my last pre-recorded one. And then the rest are going to be live. All right. See you guys in a minute. Bye. Alrighty then. So we are back with hit number three. And this team we're using is a bit of a mishmash. So again, the idea is basically the central three that can sort of destroy a team. We've got Pop Hit, we've got Hippo, and we've got Costume Kirill. I used the costume with the defense down because of Pop Hit's effect. So if he dispels the defense down, it's going to deal massive damage to the team. And then we've got my man Shrub Bear. Shrub Bear we've got on the right-hand side of the team. He's just there to help them survive the initial onslaught. And as you can see, we've got a few blue tiles on here. I'm just trying to work out now basically how I'm going to make it to two matches. Because it's easy to see there's a single match there. There's a red on the right-hand side, which I could move up. And then that will bring up, maybe it might bring up a blue, but it's not guaranteed. So I've worked out the purple at the top will give me my second blue match. So that is ready to go. And I've got the auto taunt up from Shrub Bear right now, so I don't mind firing off Alfrike. And that is the power of Shrub Bear, like illustrated in a single move. So I just want to stress this. Shrub Bear is going to take all of that horrible damage from Alfrike, and now I get the chance to, use the heroes that I bought. If I didn't have Shrub Bear, this would be a very, very different battle right now, and I would not have any control. Now, I just needed that single match just to wait for Ludwig's auto taunt, and now I did fire this off in the wrong order, actually. I should have fired Hippo off first, but it doesn't really matter too much because these guys are going to, they're just going to do some whopping damage. You could see that, and yeah, that was just destruction supreme. I think if I'd have fired off Hippo first and then Knuckles and then the rest of them, this battle would have been even quicker. But that is literally it. That is a testament to the power of Shrub Bear. That is what that is. And that was hit number three, I think. So I'll see you for hit number four in just a minute. All right. Happy Rush War. What's up, guys? It's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. So we are getting into the pointy end of war today. It is Sunday morning, and I had to pre-record some of my hits last night. I just didn't get the chance. But today we are live and direct, so it's good to see you all again. And we are going in for hit number 4. So far, it's been a pretty decent war, but we've got quite a lot of work to do. So I'm going to get to face one of the teams that I faced last night again. So I am going to be going in for this guy, PNMMA again. Yeah, this is just going to be hopefully this is going to be a pretty good hit. Last time we sort of wiped the floor with him. Let's hope that we can do it again. So I have got a team picked out for this one. Obviously we've got Alfrike, we've got Ludwig, to worry about those two. Obviously we want to make sure that he's dispelled. Malin, obviously, I think you saw the previous video. Malin can be pretty difficult to deal with, and she does deal a lot of damage. But what you really want to try not to do is take dark characters against this team. Any character that you see makes an effect against dark characters uncleansable, just avoid them. If you can, just avoid them altogether. And then obviously we've got Leonidas over there with the mana cut, and he can be pretty frustrating as well. So the team that I've picked out to go up against this one is a fire attack team. So what we've got here is I'm going to use Ray. I was going to use him in the initial hit, but the reason I'm using him in Rush War is because he doesn't get affected by the mana cut. So let's hope that if there is a need for a little bit of a dispel, that Ray's going to be able to get maybe an extra tile. Just make sure that he survives a little bit longer to dispel Ludwig. And then we're going to put in Khufu over there. And we're going to put in Colin as well. So these are just two slow speed, heavy hitting heroes. And they're just going to be there for that massive damage. And then, of course, we need to deal with Alfrike. So we've got a couple of ways of dealing with her. But one of the best counters to Alfrike is this guy, the 3-star phase. Because he boosts health, he gives ailment immunity, so he counters Alfrike really well. And if you have been hit by her, he's got a little bit of a cleanse in his passive as well. So he's got a lot of tools in his toolbox, which can be very effective against Alfrike. And then we're going to bring Loki. And I'm going to put Loki in between Khufu and Colin, so that if I get the chance to copy Ludwig, he'll be able to just keep them firing off. So that is our attack team. Let's see if we've done it within time. Right, let's check it out. Okay, we're good to go. So we're looking for just 2 tile matches. That's what Rush War's all about. You just need 2 matches in your color, and you're good to go. So I can see over here on the board, we've got some blues down the bottom, which I quite like the look of. So I can play into Kalo. I could also make a diamond, but I don't really need the diamond. And one of the things about Rush is that you don't really want to play for things that you don't need. So we're just going to go with what we actually need. So I'm going to do this blue match right here on the end, right into Kalo. It's weak against him. We don't really care. It's all about getting our tiles up. We don't have any reds yet, so we know we're going to need to survive for a little bit. So let me do this blue down the bottom here. And we don't want any combos, so we just want to bide our time. Let Loki copy Ludwig. I did that. Actually, I sort of fat-fingered that. I didn't actually press on Ludwig, but luckily, because he's got the auto taunt up, it didn't matter. Otherwise, we could be having a pretty different conversation. Right, now we have 1 red match down here in the bottom, which I would like to take, but I'm just thinking about follow-up moves. And whether or not we're going to fire Ludwig off on their team. So we really don't want to do anything too hasty here, because we don't want Ludwig to fire off. Oh God, there we go. There we go. Look at that massive combo. Right, now we're going to need some reds. Okay, let's see what we can do here with my man. Okay. Right, so we are going to take a hit from either one of the two. I'm just thinking whether we can get phase up with this single tile. It is going to fire Malin off though. So I'm going to try and pop, I think I'm going to pop the Dragon Bomb down the bottom here, but it might not be enough to fire off phase, and then it leaves us with absolutely no reds. So I'm not sure that's the best idea. Um, Looking for other moves. I wish you guys could talk to me now and tell me what moves to do. Okay, so we really want a red match as well. If I move that purple up, a red could come up in the bottom. There is a chance of that, but it's quite a slim chance. It's 1 in 5 basically, um, but it doesn't set off the other two. So I'm going to do that, and we'll see if we get our other guys charged enough. Oh, oh, I got it. Okay, right. So Ray is charged, but Ludwig's just gone off again. Malin is firing. So Loki, just stay alive. That's all we need you to do. Okay, now Elfrike hasn't quite gone off yet, so we can put. Right, first of all, I'm going to get some damage out on these guys. So I want to dispel Ludwig. I want to get out. I think I may just go for this side because we really want to kill Kalo if possible. So I'm just going to target Kalo with this. That's pretty decent damage. I'm going to chuck. There we go. Okay, so Kalo is down. Kalo's down. Okay, that's a good start. And now we're going to boost our health up with phase. Right. And then if I can get this blue match, I should be able to charge Loki. Please just don't fire off anybody. Oh, but he's gonna. Oh no, he's not gonna get the mindless attack because I planned ahead. So I can now use their mindless attack against them, which is exactly what I want to do. Mindless attack. Alfrike's special is just such a good skill. Obviously, Malin did resist it, so we do have to still deal with her. But pretty much a single red tile is going to take out Ludwig. No, don't have to worry about my man Leonidas on the other side. He's just chilling there. He's cool. He's mindless attacked. And then it should, with this hit, should be a done deal. Boom. And finish it off, my man Colin. What the hell is up with this passive? Sorry, guys. It is in the morning here. I'm still trying to figure shit out. But that is a victory. And that is hit number 4 down. All right. So we'll be back in a minute with hit number 5. All right. See you guys in a bit. All right. So we have the flip going. And this team, it looks like, has been left for me. So I have one little team all to myself that if I flip them, we'll be able to flip the board. And it is my most horrible arch nemesis in these rush wars, which is this lady, Milady de Winter. I just absolutely hate going up against her. But right now, I don't have a choice. I've got to do what I need to do for the team. So anyways, I'm sure if I don't flip this, then somebody else will flip it. But Milady de Winter is just an absolutely horrible hero. I know you all know what I'm talking about. Because of that reflective status effect buffs, and she reflects ailments as well, you just do not want her going off, basically. The rest of this team, they're not too tricky to deal with. Obviously, I do need a dispel for Ludwig. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and control this with an ailment team, which is a little bit risky because of Milady de Winter. But I do have a dispel on here. I am going to try and use them. I'm not even 100% sure as I'm doing this if this is the best idea. But you know what? I'm going to try. I've got to try. So we're just going to go for broke, basically. I do still have Medea with her mindless attack, but I want to save her for a different team. So I just want to go. I'm not going to go quite mono, but I'm going to go 4-1 for this hit. And we're going to need some kind of like insurance policy, and that's going to be Mother North. So I'm going to use Mother North. Just going to pop the mana troops on the correct heroes. So Li Zhu, I don't really have a lot of mana troops, so she should be able to get away with that. So basically, we are just going to hope and pray that we can. In fact, I'm just thinking now, if I can get Medea out there to silence, that would probably be better. You can see I'm not quite as confident about this hit as I was about some of the others, just because I know how devastating that horrible Milady de Winter can be if we don't get our right tiles. So let's hope that we do. We're going in for the flip, and we are looking for, please, 3 yellows would be absolutely amazing. I mean, 6 yellows, sorry. But we don't have 6 yellows. We just don't. What we do have is we've got 2 dark matches. But then Ludwig has his auto taunt up, which is also a bit annoying because it means that we can't quite get what we need to get going right away. So I'm thinking this purple match on the right hand side looks the most promising because I know that it is going to combo the green, but I can't see any follow-ups to that, and it could potentially give me the yellows that I want. I could take this red match right down the middle, but then that throws far too many tiles into Milady de Winter, and she's definitely going to go off if I do that. So I've got to start with this purple down here. Oh, that's a lot of tiles. Right, has it brought me up 2 matches in yellow that I can get going before she fires off? That is the question. And I think the answer is probably no. It has brought me up 1 yellow. And I think I can do that yellow safely. So I'm going to try that. This is what I hate about Rush War. It's like, literally, what can you do? So Milady de Winter, I think even just 1 tile is going to set her off. But I'm kind of hoping that it doesn't. So I'm going to go for the... Do I go for this match? Oh, if I lose this, honestly, it's not going to... That is so good. That is so exactly what I wanted to happen right there. Okay. Concentrate. Right. Hopefully she doesn't reflect or anything like that. Oh, okay, cool. So she's got the mindless attack on her. Now I'm going to throw those tiles into her, get my whole team charged. Whew. Man, I'm on the edge of my seat right now. Okay, let's think about what we're going to do here. So we're going to dispel anything with rock. There isn't any buffs up, so we don't have to worry about that. We're going to throw out Matilda's poison damage. We are going to just go hell for leather. We're going to use him as well. Right, just get rid of everybody, and then we're going to silence you guys. Take that. Oh, no, but Albie's got the passive. I think we should still be safe. I think we should still be okay. So she's silenced, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to let this damage over time do its thing. Don't combo too much. Don't combo. Right, okay, so we got rid of them. We really don't want Albie to fire off because that would just be annoying as shit. So we're just going to chuck those into him. He's still got his shifting mindless attack. Shift it to yourself, okay? And it's a done deal. We flipped it. Right. That is, I think, hit number 5. I think I've only got 1 more hit left. Gosh, this rush war is stressing me out. But I love it. It's a good thing. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this war, and we should be back in a minute with hit number 6. So I'll see you guys all in a minute. All right, bye for now. Right, we are back with our final hit number 6. And we're going to be going with a bit more of a standard sort of team setup for this hit. Just 3 absolute heavy hitters. We need a cleanse just in case this horrible woman thing, whatever it is, gets fired off. Because that burn damage is horrible, and we want to be able to cleanse it off if we can. And then we've got good old Melindor giving his undispellable defense for all the nature characters. So this is a bit more sort of standard team that we're using in the 4-1 setup. And we're just going to try and get rid of this team as quickly as possible. Let's hope for some green tiles. Like literally, we just need 6 green tiles. And we'll see what they give us. Right. They have given us 6 green tiles. So, yeah, good, happy days. So basically, we just got to make sure that we take these. Set can be really annoying with that mana cut. So when he gets, so it gets, if the caster gets defeated, all enemies' mana is reduced by 100%, and the effect can't be dispelled. So that can be really, really annoying and difficult to come back from. So we're just going to try and be careful about how we take this match. And I am going to set off a pretty hefty combo at the bottom. So I'm kind of hoping that that doesn't. Oh, damn. Right, so we have triggered him off. So now that means that we are likely to lose our mana. So we've got to be really careful about how we sort of go about this. And how many turns does this last for? Next 3 turns, if he's defeated within 3 turns. Okay, so can we hang on for 3 turns without setting him off again? Do we dare? That is the question. So I know Amos is a pretty hefty character, but the only match that I have looks like it's going to go right into him, and combo quite a few other things down that side. So I'm going to have to do another match into good old Seti boy, and then that poison damage is just starting to do its thing, which is again really annoying. So I'm thinking now, do I risk the mana cut? I really kind of think that we kind of have to. Um, or do I just try and do things a different way? Anything that I do, oh no, his minions are pretty beefy, so maybe I could get rid of that side. Let's just see how this works. Right, yeah, those minions are super beefy, and he ignores the minions. So I think if it doesn't, so I lost all my mana there. So basically, I've got to start right from scratch now, which is never good. But I do have a ghosting lane down the middle, so we'll see if that brings anything up. Okay, so I am going to take a pretty hefty hit from Amos in just a second. And I am then going to take a hit from Zenda, most likely. So I'm going to see if I can bring anything else up. I'm thinking this red match down the left-hand side looks slightly promising. But then I know I have a yellow match here, but that's not going to be enough to charge direct to Zuri. So yeah, a lot of thinking going on here. Probably too much thinking. I should just play the game. Okay, so I've got my 2 yellow matches up that I need for my cleanse. But I am going to take a hit from Amos. Damn. And I don't know if Zuri's going to survive that hit. That's what I'm thinking now. I don't know if he's costumed or non-costumed. I'm assuming he is non-costumed and hoping he is non-costumed. Oh, damn. That is just the power of Amos. So I think I think by the looks of it, our run of luck has solidly come to an end on this last hit, and that is pretty disappointing. Because up until now it was going so damn well. And these combos, I mean, you just can't predict when they're going to come in. Like, just loads of tiles into the wrong hero at the wrong time. And this is how we are going to finish our rush war, getting decimated by Zenda. Albi is about to fire off, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just have to flee the battle, basically, because at least if I leave now, Set is dealt with. And if Albi brings him back, I will kick myself. So unfortunately, on a bit of a downer, we are going to flee this battle. Sorry, guys, but that is how it's going to be. So yeah, that is my final hit. It was a pretty good run. If I have a look at the leaderboard, I'm at 333. That's 5 one-shots and 1 miss. So I'll take it. I'll take it. But hopefully, this has been a little bit useful for you guys. Hopefully, you've enjoyed the Rush War. I think we're in a pretty good position so far. So, this should be a win for us. But yeah, I wish you guys all the best of luck in your own Rush Wars. I hope you guys are having a whale of a time. Yeah, drop me a like, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments if this video has been helpful to you guys. And I'll see you all again next time. Peace out. Bye for now.